I'm sorry. Is that funny? Are you stand-up comic? Is that what you do now?
I will consult the bones.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
I'm sorry I was born with this perfect bone structure.
It's time for the Comedy Bone Podcast, stand-up comedy radio with your host, Brian Monarch. Are you ready?
All is ready.
There are 215 bones in the human body. That's one.
I just got that old-fashioned romantic feeling where I'd do anything to bone her.
All right, again. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Today's episode 006, is brought to you by Ben & Jerry's Half-Baked. Half-Baked is the best flavor of Ben & Jerry's. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this ice cream.
I love Half-Baked.
But it is...
Got Doritos in it?
No Doritos. It has, cookie dough and brownies and chocolate and vanilla ice cream. So definitely go out and buy some of that. They didn't pay me for that. I just really, really love Ben & Jerry's Half-Baked.
Even though I'm lactose intolerant, I must try it.
You're just showing other future people what it would be like to sponsor your show.
What it's gonna be like.
What it's gonna be like.
Yeah, we'll have Ben & Jerry's and
maybe you'll send them a clip later on and try and get a sponsorship.
It's possible. If they see what we've done, I think that they'll jump on that.
What would the Brian Monarch flavor have? What would the comedy bone flavor be of Ben & Jerry's? Chips of...
Dark chocolate
I love dark chocolate.
with marshmallow center. It's a Rocky Road without the nuts.
That's what I like. I actually
Brilliant.
love fish food because it's close. Have you had fish food?
No,
Yes.
I have not had fish food.
It's chocolate ice cream with marshmallow and little fudge chips, like fudge fish.
Those little fish. Yeah.
Sorry I don't have the urge to resist, but it leads right into a bit about Ben & Jerry's a year ago was asked to make an ice cream, and now this year an ice cream parlor is making an ice cream using human breast milk.
Yes.
Yes,
That
and
is
people
nasty.
cringe and ooh, and I'm like, yeah, that's sick. We're human beings. We drink milk from another species. We're not disgusting.
We suck on an udder.
But that's
Gross.
Milk and Dairy Council. See, if I walked in and there was walked into Ben & Jerry's and there's a life-size cutout of Angelina Jolie, Lucy Liu, and Halle Berry, I'll try some of that sweetie teety zesty breasty Aureola, please.
Well, that's what they do in Europe, too. They've been drinking breast milk for a minute.
For a minute.
From what I heard.
I like it. It's good.
Well,
I drank my wife's when she was pregnant.
They got great teeth.
Wow.
They got great teeth over there, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we get into all this nastiness, I'm going to introduce everybody real quick. I usually do that a little sooner, but I did this little Ben & Jerry's thing, and I got off track here. On the love seat, we have Rob Van Dam, a.k.a. RVD, a.k.a. Mr. Pay-Per-View.
Why is that the love seat? We're a lot closer over here.
I don't know. I think that's just the size of the
jilted
furniture.
love.
He's filling
Jilted
it up
lover.
very well, though. Look at the size of this man.
Yeah.
My God.
Yokozuna one time, by the way, I saw it was in a dressing room of a wrestling show. Yokozuna, R.I.P.
He's passed away.
I
Yeah.
love Yokozuna.
That motherfucker, his ass fit tight in the love seat.
So he stood up and it was connected.
Yeah, if he would have been able to stand up, it would have been.
So that was a large man.
Yeah.
And you were a WWE champion.
Yes, I was.
Yes, he was.
And TNA champion, right? Most recently.
I'm the only wrestler to ever have been the heavyweight champion from WWE, ECW, and TNA.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
I just
really
did a
cool.
TNA Nashville event as JJ Hattail, and I got to see James Hardy jump off the top of a 10-foot cage and break Kurt Angle's ribs.
Jeff Hardy, right?
Yeah, Jeff
Hardy, yeah.
Jeff's Hardy. So I say James Hardy, but it's Jeff Hardy. It
James
was
Hardy.
unbelievable. I had never seen it live, and I've seen LeBron James dunk. I know we're in the intros. I've seen Blake Griffin dunk from about 6 rows away. The most athletic thing I've ever seen in my life was Hardy jumping off the top of that cage, doing a backflip, not killing himself. Unfortunately, he broke 2 ribs for real, for Angle, but I'm sold.
Yeah.
I mean, you must go see TNA wrestling live.
Yeah.
You have to go.
I've never told
Every Thursday on Spike Live for all the comedy bone fans that don't know.
Do you hear that noise that's happening? It's going...
Yeah, you're doing it.
I'm not doing that.
No?
No, I don't know what's going on. Hang on one second. Let me just turn this down in case it's the iPad doing some crazy
It's
shit.
your metaphor. You can keep it beat with no... What's that called? Metrodome? Sing it.
Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. It's people chatting on that chat
Oh,
room. Let me turn that shit down. So
It's
I don't...
VH1's pop-up video. What?
People are...
That's what it sounds like, right? Every time they have a little factoid or something, it's like, bloop. No, let's talk about it.
But your intro, it's Kayvon's intro coming up. I interrupted with my TNA wrestling story.
All right, hang on one second. Checking for camera. That's not what we want.
This is live.
Well, you know what? People have seen the three of us, and they are really popping in with a lot of questions.
You know what I'm going to do?
Pretty cool.
We're going to have a lot of questions for you guys. I'm going to put the cameras on you two while I figure this out. By the way, I never told you this. We've talked a bunch of times. I'm a huge fan, Rob.
Of me.
Of you and
thanks.
lots of wrestlers, actually. I want to ask. I have a few questions about some of these.
Personal questions.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, cool.
Did you know the Macho Man before he passed away?
No, I met him one time, but it was really early in my career. He was super cool to me. You know, it was just like one night in a bar, actually, when they were in town in Savannah. And he was just really cool because he took the time, you know, to give me advice and tell me some shit that I'm sure I remembered for at least 2 or 3 years.
That's awesome.
Great.
That's cool.
I had him as one of my favorites. It was Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man, obviously. What were they? The superpowers? The mega powers?
Yeah.
Back in the 80s and 90s?
I go back to Pat Patterson and Rocky Johnson.
Oh, man.
Shinji Shibuya, Kurt and Carl von Bronner. I go way back.
My dad goes back to Gorgeous George.
Oh, wow.
And not Macho Man's girlfriend. I'm talking about the original.
Gorgeous George, the man with the yellow hat? No, just kidding.
Ric
Ric Flair got in there with Hulk Hogan at this TNA event.
Were they fighting or were they just talking shit?
They were fighting.
Really?
It was not good.
Yeah.
I think Flair wanted to make up with Hulk, and Hulk wasn't having it.
Nope.
He was just kind of begging his way out of it.
Yeah.
Hulk's still going. He's had 8 back surgeries, and he still wants to wrestle.
It's amazing. I'm sold. You got to go see it. I can't wait to the next event.
Nice.
That I'm invited to because I got in the ring with some guy that I forgot his name. He's married. He's kind of a hillbilly and he drinks liquor in the ring. And he got a hold of my neck and just playing around. I'm like,
Yeah.
I go, okay, I'm done.
I don't think you guys know your own strength, Rob.
You guys are amazing athletes. That's all I have to say. And it's underrated because people think, oh, it's a show and, you know, but you guys are amazing athletes. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. I've always been a
Amazing.
fan since the 80s, so when Hulk Hogan started the big title reign. WrestleMania 2 is the first event I watched.
Really?
I went back and watched one, but that was like 25 years ago.
Did you ever go to him live?
Yeah, I've been to the Staples Center about 2 or 3 times.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I was a fan back then too. WrestleMania 2 we watched on closed circuit TV.
Yeah, I watched it.
right?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Was it on TV or something?
There was actually, they sold out like arenas. Actually, we had 2,000 people in Battle Creek, Michigan that bought tickets to sit in an arena to look at a screen.
To watch it on television.
Yeah, because we didn't have pay-per-view back then.
Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in a big Bundy in a big blue cage. They had blue cage. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I was just getting really turned on to it back then also.
Yeah.
My mom always wanted me to dress like a private school kid, and so I went to a wrestling event, and she's like, I had to wear like a button, kind of like what I'm wearing now, button-down shirt, and like dress pants and boat shoes. I was like, come on, Mom. So I hid like a bright yellow tank top in the back of the car, so when she let me out with my friends, switching into that, and I went there, flexing my little 9-year-old
hopefully
muscles.
she doesn't watch this and get pissed off.
Oh, I know, geez.
Yeah.
You lied to me.
And while we're at it, Kayvon, you've been on Showtime, ABC, ESPN, and you're the star of MTV's Disaster Date.
Yeah,
co-star, right? Or
Yeah, Disaster Date has a couple different characters. I would play a lot of different people. So if a girl hated the Jersey Shore guy, I'd be a Jersey Shore guy. And it's like Candid Camera.
Right.
And if she hated a guy who was like a tech nerd, I had every single gadget in the world. I couldn't wait to show her.
So you play the part that's needed when it's needed.
Whenever it's needed.
Yeah,
It was a great opportunity to change characters, but it's cool to mess with girls, have someone else paying for the date, and being told it's okay to stare at what, if they hated a guy that stared at their boobs, boom, that's what you do.
How many times did you have sex with a contestant?
That by law, we were not allowed to do that, technically.
By law. By law.
That's the way to shift off of that question. By law, I wasn't allowed to. It wasn't just a little rule that they said don't do it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, when you go on a date and mess with a girl psychologically, at the end when you go, just kidding, their eyes are just like, and they feel like, well, when is our real, like, when can we do that? It's some sort of a thing. That's why I think they made us sign off that you're not going to take advantage of these poor girls, because you just took them on a roller coaster ride.
Right.
Their heart rate was up, everything, they've ever, experienced on a bad day.
I'll hit you up about interesting stories from that in a little bit. And then we have Carlos Alazraqui from Reno 911. You've been on VH1, E. You were the voice of the Taco Bell dog.
Viva Gorditas. That was like a drop. It was so good.
It was perfect. I might have to use that on a little...
Viva Gorditas.
Remix!
Viva Comedy Bone.
Yeah, I'm going to get my 14-month-old daughter to watch Disaster Dating, so she'll never run into that. Yeah, I did Reno 911. It was James Garcia. I was that
hilarious
asshole racist prick on television.
I've watched just about every episode of that. I had Kyle Dunnigan on here about...
Yes, there's Craig Pullen, the Truckee River Killer. It's Kyle Pullen.
Hey, guys.
Tell them, hey guys, what's going on?
I never told you guys I'm from Reno, Nevada.
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
So that put us on the map. I don't know if in good or a bad way, but we're like, Reno 911, at least we have a show.
Were you a fan of the show? Did you watch it?
I love this show. They use pickup shots of Reno.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then after that, it's all palm trees and like ocean. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Kodak
man.
Theater, huh?
They're just like sitting around L.A.
Yeah.
But it was
Funny
very
show.
cool. Thank you for giving Reno something to
You're
talk
welcome.
about.
I went to Reno to perform at the Silver Legacy, and walking
Yes.
down by the closed down Fitzgerald's, and there was a homeless guy playing harmonica badly and waving an eyeless bear to try to get money inside his guitar case.
Oh.
You're playing a harmonica, you have a guitar case, and you're waving an eyeless bear in my face. This is like surreal Fellini horror. Get out of here.
Well, you're
much
rich.
did you
Did you
give
give
him?
him some money?
I did. I gave him some Fitzgerald coupons. Went up to the door.
Buffet.
Hey, I've been had.
Let him in.
So what happened is that a couple people left the cast before that last season, I noticed.
Yeah.
And then basically, is that what kind of...
Let's just say, like in a manager, when they pull fruit items off, at a grocery store.
Yeah,
Hey,
totally.
what happened to your avocados? Manager just pulled them off the shelf. It was a producer's choice.
Yeah, like I would leave Ralph's on Devonshire and Balboa here if they stopped serving half-baked. I mean, I would not.
You wouldn't go there.
And you
Right.
smoke weed. Dude, have you tried half-baked, Rob?
Avocados.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a big marijuana advocate, right?
True that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
What do you wanna know?
I want to know, you think it's going to be legal soon?
Yeah, well, actually, Colorado is most likely going to legalize it this year. Recreationally, like across the board. We had
Really?
we had Prop 19 here in California. You probably remember.
Yes, I do, and it
Barely-
didn't go through.
Barely missed. Trying to regulate it like alcohol. Nevada tried that before, and the polls showed that both of those were going to fail. As much as I got behind it and tried to promote it, it wasn't predicted to go through. Colorado, the polls show strongly over 50% of the voters are in favor of legalizing it, 40% against it, 10% undecided. And I happen to know that this bill that they're going to vote on has a huge budget behind it to promote it with nothing to oppose it.
Interesting.
So it really
Well,
looks
interesting.
like it's going to go through.
So Citizens United will not be in bed to oppose it as they did the tobacco law in California, which, hey, we want to help people and research cancer. No. There's 1 to 3 smokers in California, and somehow, because of Citizens United, that bill to put a tax on cigarettes.
Wow.
Obviously it should, because in Colorado or here, the education system is being stripped totally. There's no money being made. So why not legalize pot? Have it taxed, generate it, use the money for schools, for teachers, for classrooms. Why not?
It's not going anywhere anyway. It's the number
Yeah.
one cash crop in the country. So
Yep.
you're just keeping that money underground, which of course, as we know now, funds all the violence in the Mexican cartels. And
Right.
all that is
Yeah.
based on marijuana prohibition. But by the way, we have 17 states with medicinal programs, including Washington, D.C. also. And, if you hit 26, that's half of them. The feds have to change their stance, which,
Right.
by the way, if most people knew what the federal guidelines were, that alone, I think, would force a change. But people should know the feds say marijuana is a Schedule I controlled substance, which means the most dangerous drug and completely non-medicinal. That's the feds' guidelines. That's what they use to bust people, to ruin people's lives, to waste, $1 billion budget with all this bullshit propaganda
Right.
agenda.
Yeah.
So people should know that, because they say, according to the federal guidelines, which anybody can look up, the Controlled Substance Act, Schedule 2, meaning higher in medicinal value and safer for you, is cocaine and meth.
Right.
Wow. And bath salts.
Did you
Make
see-
bite someone's face off?
Yeah, go down to Florida, get some bath salts.
It wasn't in the system.
Did you see the South Park when it was? That's in Colorado. That's why I'm asking, with the medicinal marijuana episode.
No,
it's a funny one.
I haven't seen almost any South Parks after the first year.
Oh, they're pretty good. Did you? I have a question for you. There's two things. Speaking of the legalization of marijuana, there's two things I'll never understand: the illegalization of marijuana and the illegalization of online like poker and shit like that. Like, do you know how much money a state can make just from like if they tax that and they actually just took it over?
Right.
It's like all overseas now, and it's like all illegal. I don't understand why they do it. Like, they claim it's because of people that have gambling problems, but they can go down the street to Commerce Casino or go to Vegas. It's like, or Hollywood Park. It's like you can go anywhere and do it anyways. They should definitely legalize that. That's just my
It's okay
little
for you to
rant.
go on the Girls Going Crazy site for
Yeah.
24 hours a day.
Yeah, you can watch people pooping in cups and eating it, but
You can't gamble. or smoke pot.
I don't get why gambling is. It's got to be some kind of control. But
Yeah.
more on moral grounds, I've always said the same thing. You know,
Right.
why protect everybody from themselves or from a potential dark side of themselves that may or may not exist. That sounds ridiculous, but
Right.
I totally understand why marijuana was prohibited and why it stays outlawed, because there's so many big businesses that stand to lose.
Right.
If we utilize.
But I got to
plant.
ask you this. I've heard that Big Tobacco owns millions of acres of land in Humboldt County in Northern California, and they're just waiting for the law to change, and all of a sudden, boom, they're rolling. They've already covered their butts on that.
That's what they say, and when Prop 19 was looking like it was going to go through, there was a lot of concern over all those Northern California properties and towns that survive on the local, the local economy right there. They were afraid that big commercial factories are going to come in and wipe them out. And
right.
Even if Prop 19 did go through, it was still going to be illegal federally. So I didn't really see that happening. And right now, I don't think there's any evidence to that. I don't know. I think it's like an urban myth. And I also think they would be investing in, something that's federally illegal. So I find it kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to get traced back to that. But who knows? It probably would end up like corporate farming, agriculture versus small farmer. The small farmers are being ousted, obviously.
And they're kind of like betting against themselves because tobacco spends so much money to keep marijuana illegal.
We're number one in killing people. We want to stay number one. Yeah.
You have, would you ever open up? They have marijuana shops all over California. Would you have an RVD, like a marijuana shop where people come in and get your merchandise?
If it was legal across the board. Now, my buddy owned the Medical Kush Beach Club down on Venice Beach. It was there for like 5 years, right across from the outdoor gym, Muscle Beach.
Right, that's awesome.
I hung out there so much that a lot of people thought that I owned it. Plus, I would stand out front to answer questions of people that were walking by. They had questions, because I'm always wanting to educate people on the truth. And he opened up a second location, which I almost went in with him on and became a partner. He actually last April 20th got raided.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, he ended up shutting down, and we have the whole thing on camera, like from operating when it was like really happening, and, like the World Hash Cup, championships were there, and it was just jamming. You see sick people, you see, people partying. We have all this footage, and we have a documentary put together. Myself and Tommy Chong are executive producers on it.
That's gonna go well.
Yeah, it's
cool.
It's really, it's basically done we need to put some finishing touches on it. We're waiting until my friend, who's the star of this doc, is done with his court battles.
Oh yeah, you
which
gotta see.
is ongoing.
I heard Chong was fighting cancer right now. Is that true? Like, I heard he was.
Oh yeah. But yeah, he's he didn't seem too concerned about it when I talked to him. Oh yeah, I got this thing, man.
He's spot on.
Yeah, he's got
He knows how to medicate himself.
It's in the stomach. What is that when they prostate?
Prostate or colon?
It's not
the
colon.
other side.
It's not colon. It's the least. From what I understand, it's like the least. Like you can live with this for a long time. It doesn't. It's not a rapidly growing kind of tumor. And he says he's going to treat it with THC. So I hope that will shed a big spotlight because he's such a well-known figure,
Right.
Yeah.
on the whole medical benefits of THC. Because there's this guy Rick Simpson who he's following, who I've heard of for years, who claims to have cured over 1,000 patients with just THC to the point to where they're testing negative, no points of cancer at all.
Awesome.
You gotta wonder if he should have waited to self-medicate, because now he's done so much THC marijuana that now maybe it's not gonna have the same impactful effect.
Maybe take a break first.
I've never smoked, so if I get that cancer, I'm gonna hit it a couple joints and it's gone. It's
Kay Vaughn has never smoked marijuana.
Never in my
Not
life.
once.
I don't drink coffee.
I've
never
never
had
smoked.
coffee
I've never
either.
smoked a cigarette or drink coffee, but I've smoked plenty of weed.
I never have smoked weed either.
Really?
Or imbibed it. I want to end up in the Smithsonian in a glass case.
The last remaining
All stressed out. He died of stress. But I've been around. I skydived for 15 years, and those guys are big pot smokers.
Yeah, you were pretty high up there. No.
No.
By the way,
Wait.
I just think it's worth saying. I don't think the belief is that smoking pot can cure cancer. It's actually like a huge concentrated dose
Of THC. I
that
figured
you take
that.
with it. Yeah, okay.
What was
Just
the,
so people listening know.
Sure,
that?
absolutely.
What was that joke again, Rob?
You got a rim shot.
Of course
ready?
I do.
I don't know.
He's
you
really
were,
high
you
up
were
there.
high back then, weren't you?
I was 13.5.
Didn't fucking go.
Where's the rim shot?
Yeah, we need a new producer.
13.5.
Yes.
There we go.
You
Timing is
you must not
everything.
use that too often on the show.
The volume was down because it's our intro song as well.
If it makes you feel any better, I almost did the high thing with the Mile High City, and that would have been the same thing. Can we get a rim shot?
Oh, high and high.
Thank you.
That's right. High in Denver or high in Tahoe.
That's right.
There you go.
We got people asking a bunch of questions now. We could probably hit them later. They want to know what your favorite band is, Rob.
I'm so non-musical. I put Cushionator over because they're my friends. Same guy we're talking about that owned the dispensary. He also does my ring music that I come out to every Thursday on TNA.
I got that too.
So,
hold on to me.
Here we go. That's the shit.
You are the whole effing show.
Indeed.
All right.
Man, that's pretty badass.
We should all have our own music for when we come out on comedy stages.
Yeah, only Darren Carter has that.
Do you do that? Do you come out of on the comedy stages with your song?
When I remember to bring it. Someone else brought it last night, so I had it at Lovitz, yeah. But I'm really not very musically inclined, So when people ask me shit like that about what I listen to, I'm kind of stuck, because I put whatever for the mood, I listen to
Adele.
reggae.
Kylie Minogue. You can picture Rob, Just nice.
Like that.
Totally. One more real quick. Joe XE is begging. He's RVD. When did you know you wanted to be a wrestler? Please ask.
Please ask.
That's to me.
Oh, okay. Because I already know. I guess I was like 14 or so. Like we were just talking about WrestleMania 2. It was after WrestleMania 1 when I remember wrestling coming into my life, because my mom's morning television shows were playing clips of like midgets and Mr. T and shit like that.
Your mom was cool.
Yeah. But I was just, I don't know, I was kind of turned on by it, I guess, fascinated by it, and all the other kids watched it, and I resisted for a long time, because, oh, come on, that's stupid. I remember the names sounded stupid to me. Big John Studd, Brutus Beefcake.
King Kong Bundy.
One time, so I got talked into watching it with all the kids, because they'd always get together, and I was glued to it. I couldn't wait to watch next week.
Right.
I remember I wanted to see Corporal Kirshner get the Iron Sheik back. He fucked him over somehow bad, whatever
There was a lot of racial
he
tension
fucked
back
our
then.
country over.
Yeah, back then people would just boo, the whole nations.
There was a lot more racial storylines and stuff back then, and they still do it a little.
But there still are. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of that's
cultural
what
or racial.
Is, Yeah.
Both. Yeah, it would be like
if we were in a war with Iran, it'd be a big Iranian wrestler.
Exactly.
Kevin Klan against Uncle Tom. It's not like that.
The Iron Sheik versus Hulk Hogan was the same thing. It was,
of course.
Yeah.
And then
people were chanting because my dad's Persian. He's Middle Eastern, so he was the only one in the
now wait,
stands
is he
cheering.
Persian or Iranian?
Same thing.
That's a Johnny Sanchez bit. I am Persian. That's like a Mexican going, I am Aztec.
Bozoon on the table in front of you is Persian as well.
Oh, Persian cat? Beautiful.
Yes, she is.
No,
because I had an Iranian soccer coach, and he
anyone that left Iran because of the Muslim overthrow moved here to get away from that, so they remember a different time period when we were all Persian.
Like Freddie Mercury was a...
Freddie Mercury. Before Persian.
Yeah, before Persian.
Zoroastrian.
So, I'm sorry, I
Oh, well, I'm just saying, we were the only family cheering for the Iron Sheik, and it never went our way for some reason.
No.
Nope. You're like the only one at the LA Sports Arena.
You go, Iron Sheik, you can do it!
That's the first wrestling match I went to, the LA Sports Arena. They didn't have Staples back then. It was like the Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan, and I remember I was sitting there, and I was a big Hulk Hogan fan. I didn't like the bad guys. I didn't understand people who liked the bad guys. I do now.
Right.
But back then I was like, why the fuck are these idiots wearing Macho Man shirts? What is going on? I was like, what is going on? I was so annoyed.
My dad was concerned because I liked the bad guys. He was like, I hope that's not how you view life. Cheating will get you ahead and stuff like that. But it was sometime within like the first year, I think, that I started really getting into wrestling, that I went to my first live show. The Iron Sheik was there, and that was when someone put it in my head, that I should be a pro wrestler when I grow up. So I just was one-track minded. I never thought of anything else until...
That's cool.
Yeah, it would have been worse if he met Hulk after his 8th back surgery. Kid, hey brother, you should get in this line of work.
He claims it's from doing all those leg drops and landing on his ass every night.
Actually, like the first muscle pull in his documentary or whatever, was body slamming under the giant WrestleMania 3.
Oh my god!
Says it pulled his fucking back muscle.
Yeah.
He had to go right to Japan afterwards, so he couldn't heal. He had no time for that.
man.
I was watching an interview with him. He said he actually used to be like 6'6" or 6'7", and now he's like 6'4" because of all the drops on his butt.
Yeah,
like he said, it
He's still about
compressed.
6'5". I'd say he's still about 6'5".
Is he about 6'5"? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Rob, are you like some huge 14-year-old kid that you could tell based on your body size? Like, oh, he could be a wrestler right away.
No, fuck no.
Were you like,
not at all.
or were you like a little kid picked on, like, I'll just pump weights till I'm bigger than all you bastards?
More like that. And I worked out for years before I ever got credit for it, or people would. I'd see it in myself, and other people would still be like, "Well, you know, are you working out?" Shit, I remember even in when I turned 21 in Jamaica, and I'd been wrestling just a little bit. You know, I started when I was 18. I wrestled Kevin Sullivan, and I met Nancy. Nancy Benoit again, you know.
Oh shit!
Yeah, again, you know,
that's a crazy story.
Peace, you know, that's so. But Nancy was there, and the promoter Ron Slinker, who gave me the name Rob Van Dam, he was trying to put me over to Kevin Sullivan because I was wrestling. I'm like, oh, you're gonna like this kid. He does all these moves. He's fantastic, you know. And so they were just kind of being, you know, cordial, going, oh yeah, hey, how long you been in the business, kid? You know, that kind of conversation. And I just remember Nancy looking at me, you know, saying, do you lift weights? And I was like, inside I was like, of course I do. Can't you see this? Girl, you fucking bitch. Because for me, I'd come a long way, but yeah,
I'll lift you.
I definitely wasn't physically gifted. In fact, even wrestling, it was like 96, 97. I was in ECW for a while before I even thought of myself as being athletically gifted. Like Taz, I heard him doing an interview. He said that he thought I was the most athletically gifted wrestler in the business, and I just like, wow, I never thought about that. And it kind of gave me motivation because I was just showing off.
Right.
I've always, you know, if someone on a diving board could do a flip and a half, I had to learn how to do two flips.
Right.
They could do a backflip, I did a backflip and a half. And
right.
I used to like walk on the diving board, drop into a split, bounce off my thighs into a handstand, walk out to the end of the board and do a flip in when I was a kid, just showing off, you know, but I never thought about being athletically gifted because I never joined sports in school because I couldn't wait to get out of school and be an adult.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad you figured it out.
You could do the splits. Is that how you got the Van Damme name? Because pow.
No, I people thought I looked like him, and you know that in '91, Ron Slinker told me just go with that. And at that time, like I'd been wrestling maybe 2 years, and I was taught, you know, just get the experience, you know, fuck the character, it comes later. So you could have called me anything that day, and I would
Splits guy.
Yeah, whatever. But at first, the first time I did that, the guy actually made me do an interview to the crowd and try and talk with a Belgian accent. I don't know how to do it. Just try. They don't know either. They never. So I'm like,
They're from Tennessee.
I'm very happy to be here today. It was a
pretty good.
You know,
That's
pretty good.
I buy it.
That sounds better.
Well, you know, brother, we can't all do perfect impressions.
You know me, Gene.
Have everybody have a Stella today. That's my beer of my home country. Hey, he's really Belgian.
There you go. You should have just had let him do it, and you go out there and lip sync.
Oh, wouldn't that be,
I'd be a TNA Cyrano.
Yeah. There you go.
that would get you in big trouble.
I used to wish it was. I mean, I used to think it was real, and all my friends would tell me it wasn't real, and you know, I was like, it was back
like
in WrestleMania
Santa
2.
Claus and Jesus.
Yeah, and then I tried to believe it was real, and there was that one guy who smacked a reporter. Do you remember that? He like I don't know if he was on
David
drugs.
Stossel. No, I don't know if he was on drugs.
I don't know what his
Dr. D. David Schultz.
Yeah.
And, he slapped John Stossel.
And I was like, it is real. I knew it.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got trained. I got trained that it was very, very real. And then when I started wrestling, like my first dozen matches or so my first year, nobody wanted to wrestle me or the other guys that were trained by the original Street because he trained us to just kill everybody.
Right.
And then I had people trying to lighten us up. And then I went to Japan and learned, you know, that we weren't stiff enough for them. They beat the shit out of me until I learned to step it up again to them.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah.
I've been known throughout my whole
Sounds
career
intense.
to be snug is a nice way of putting it.
Snug.
Any bad injuries, like really bad ones, like they kept you out for months and months?
For me, I've been fortunate, and plus I'm really tough. I've had one. A lot of people remember my ankle being broken in ECW. Put me out for like 3 months, but I had the longest reigning TV championship run at that point. I had it for 2 years. I had to give the title up, so that sucked.
Because of the injury?
Yeah,
That does
but
suck.
Besides that, I had one history. One surgery. That's the word. I've had one surgery my whole life, and that was my knee in 2005, I think.
That's an anomaly. That's like a Mexican-only child.
Yeah.
I was under contract, and it was so funny because I was so burnt out with WWE being on the road.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like you're in a different town every fucking day.
That's why you went to TNA, right?
Travel and that's why I eventually went to TNA. But at the time, I was like, man, I gotta find a way to get someone to just pay me to do what I want to do, which of course is sit on the couch and smoke pot and watch TV. And then boom, my fucking knee went out, and for a whole year I'm on the couch smoking pot and bringing a check to the bank, and it was like one of my best years of my career.
Nice.
That's great.
Seriously,
Remember
really
that,
nice.
kids?
Yeah.
I have
Research.
one more wrestling question, then we're going to start talking a little bit more stand-up comedy and stuff like that. Vince McMahon, what's he like?
He's a really good boss. He's intimidating and in every respect of the word, but he always treated me with nothing but respect. So on a personal note, I can't ever say anything bad about him. I've had very few real deep, lengthy conversations with him.
Right.
When they were, it was me venting for like an hour, and he just totally gave me his ear, heard everything, and that probably happened 3 times, I think.
Wow.
Right.
But it was really impressive when he bulked up and started wrestling. And what was he, like, in his 50s at
Yeah,
the
he was
time? That was
jacked.
amazing.
Yeah, honestly, he's one of my favorite characters. Like when he actually does his evil Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
you know,
I
when
think everybody respects him.
Yeah. So I enjoy him. I don't know what's he hasn't been on much lately, but he was on a couple weeks ago actually. He came back. But anyways, let's talk about some stand-up comedy here. You're doing stand-up now a little here and there.
Sometimes. But see, for me, it's like, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's like as an artist, you know, you go up on stage and you get to speak to a bunch of people. And for me, it's like. I was like, you know, I can do this, and then I wanted to do it. So as soon as comedians said, "Oh, if you want help writing material or bounce," I was like, "No, fuck no." I said I can do it.
Right.
You know, I'm a nonconformist, and I didn't really want to learn how they do it. I wanted to go up there, and you know, and it took me a few times to get less and less nervous.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I want to go up there. I say what I want to say, and it's something like there's so many comedy stages around LA, and so I have people like yourself that'll be like, "Hey, can you come up on?" Whatever, the Comedy Store on Friday, and if I can or whatever, I do it. And I'm really happy with it just being like that. I get offers, you know, come to Texas, and I'm not going to fucking do that. I still have a full-time wrestling career, and to get me to pack my bag and leave home, I'm very, very expensive.
Just say call Brian Monarch. He'll come to Texas. Just, you know, hit him up.
Well, you know what's a good thing about Rob is that, like, with me, people are very likely to heckle. With you, I probably wouldn't see too many people having the guts to do that.
Yeah, they'll probably just keep their mouths shut. I was going to ask Carlos about.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. You were talking about nerves earlier outside, actually. You said that when you first started, you had a lot of nerve problems.
Stage anxiety, yeah. I would get nervous the whole day, and my main thing is like people wouldn't like me. And then you get to a point after 20-something years, you go, I don't care if they like me.
Right.
And I
don't even like me.
I hate them back. You know, like I said, I was talking about bachelorette parties on the road. Like, can you do something for our party? No, I'm just going to do my act.
Yeah.
Have a good party. I'm not a circus clown. You know?
Not a monkey on a string here.
I'm not the nice guy. I just do my act. And I'm not a mean guy.
Right.
I'm a comedian. They hired me to do comedy, not a party.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies, somebody call a cop.
But you're also good at improv. You're also good at being in the moment. So if you need to make a joke about it, you can handle
I did.
that.
One time I was in Ohio. One time it was like freaking 6 weeks ago. One time many years ago. And there was 2 bachelorette parties, and I could see when the feature act was on, both bachelorette parties were bored because it wasn't about them, and they were texting and click, click. And I go, all right, I got 45 minutes to an hour to get up here, and they're not going to pay attention. So immediately I went on stage and went, hey, you got a great bachelorette party? Really? Hold on. Hey, and I looked to my right and I go, oh, your bachelorette party's pretty good, but this lady over said you guys are bitches. And then they're, what? And, you know, it was a mock thing, and I pitted them against each other, and then the audience went, yeah, fight. And they got them engaged. They put down their phones, and they wanted to hear what I had to say about the relative bachelorette parties, and that's the way I survived.
They take out all their blow-up penis dolls and hit each other over the head with it.
Exactly.
That's what I'm envisioning.
Do you get nervous, Kayvon? I know you do it like every night, probably. How often do you do comedy a week?
You know what? The higher this, like it used to be, I get nervous just do an open mic show.
Right.
But then, you know, you do so many of those. Okay, now the one time I'm at the Laugh Factory, I'm gonna get nervous. And then, now it's like when the stakes get higher, like, oh, this is for the Tonight Show people, and you really shouldn't change who you are, how you act, but you just can't help it sometimes. You go, I really want to do a good job for these people. Like Carlos said, I want these people to like me more than anybody. You know?
Right.
Don't get into that trap.
How many times do you do comedy a week? Sorry, Rob.
Well, when I started, I thought I could do a day job doing medical sales. I was doing vaginal reconstructive surgeries.
Really?
Nice.
I had the products for those. There's actual salesmen in the room. And so I was standing in the back going, doctor, you might want to put that a little bit further in there. Okay. And that's a real job, pays 6 figures, amazing. And I was like, and if I do comedy 1 or 2 nights a week, then I can get famous, get on TV.
Right.
I didn't realize 2 nights a week is not cutting it. So now I try to do 2 shows per night, sometimes 3.
You're not doing the vag snipping anymore? You're
No
just,
more vag. I decided I've seen enough vag. I've had to see.
No one's seen enough vag.
No one's seen enough vag.
I've seen enough dead ones.
Do you still get nervous, Brian Monarch?
You know what? I get nervous when I go to a new venue sometimes. Like, if I go to, like, the John Lovitz, I've done it a million times. I love doing it
home
there.
for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the home clubs I'm really good with. But if they're like, try this new place, it's pretty, and there's like a bunch. I did Laugh Factory in Vegas this weekend, just like a little guest set.
Yeah.
And, I wasn't too bad, but I was more nervous than if I was at a home club. So it just depends.
I think any kind of performance, getting up for it's the bottom line. No matter what it is that you do, is like you come to a point where you're like, what really do I have to lose? Like, why the fuck do I care if these people think I'm a douche?
Yeah.
It's really about that. And then if you're famous, then you have a little more to worry about because they'll get on the internet talking about you. But all of us, even if you're not famous, it's your pride that makes you, not want to appear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why
we've
care
all
so
had
much.
that as comics where you're like 200 people laughing at you and there's that table in the front. Enough.
Just like looking
why
at you
can't
like,
I get them to laugh
with their arms crossed?
Yeah, and then you find out they're from like Sweden.
We don't understand what you're saying.
The movements, why did you tell me? I'm doing Seinfeld now. Why didn't you tell me from Sweden?
What's the deal? I usually don't even talk to those people. I don't like. I don't know if you guys do this, and if you do, I apologize.
Swedes?
No, I don't like. I don't like when comics call people out that aren't laughing. Like, I know a couple of comics that do it constantly, and I just kind of be like, why are you pointing it out? Nobody sees them, nobody's noticing it, and then you're just like, look at the people that don't think I'm funny. And like, hey, maybe there's a reason. Let's all not think
that's
he's
one
funny.
thing. If someone's bothering you, you just got to keep yourself, like when you're on stage, you got to remember, everyone in the audience doesn't notice that person at all.
Yeah,
so when you call it out, you just open a whole big can of worms. Like, what? Well, the lady over there was texting,
Yeah.
Just let it, if you bulldoze, I try to bulldoze a couple times. And then if I have to, like, okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
And I come off kind of like a dick, so when I do that, and plus I'm not a big dick, so I'm just like I come off like a little dick. Whoever's like, I can fucking take this guy.
The texting is annoying though because people get distracted by it that are behind them, especially in movie theaters. Like, I can't stand when people are texting in events like that, but
you're trying to do your act up on the big movie screen.
Bobby Lee was on my show not long ago, and someone was texting the front row. He mentioned it for a second, then she kept texting later on. He grabbed the phone and put it down his pants, started rubbing it around and shit. And then he gave her the phone back.
Fortune cookie.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. By the way, if anybody, I just got an email from Adam Eggett. Adam Eggett, I don't know him. He runs the Comedy Store. He wants me to do. I guess Tony Clifton canceled this Friday, so if anybody wants some stage time in the main room on Friday night,
there you go.
I'm in.
I'll go ahead. I'll just go up there.
Let's do it. Let's just do this. Let's just do the podcast show.
I'm down. If you guys are all available, I'll put you up there. I think Bobby Lee might do a guest spot too. He said he's going to try to get him.
Perfect. He better not touch my cell phone.
There you go.
I'm in San Diego. You're not going to Comic-Con?
I'll be at Comic-Con as well.
Are you going to be there?
Yeah, I got some things to plug. I'm going to be there Thursday for a Fairly Odd Parents panel, and then Saturday, the YouTube little gig. I'll give you the details later. I'll be there Saturday for a panel as well, so I'll be there. Where are you going to be?
I don't know. I got to figure out what booths I'm at. TNA has me down there doing something.
Is the woman that's president,
Daisy Carter?
Is she going to be there?
No,
okay.
Unfortunately,
I met a woman in Nashville.
That's the home office.
She is
in
very,
Nashville,
very sweet.
So she sure is. She's a great boss, by the way.
She is totally.
I wasn't
cool.
sure if
way
that
hotter
was.
than Vince McMahon.
I wasn't sure if that was.
She is. She's got a couple of kids, couple of like 9 and 10-year-old kids, and actually met Matt Morgan too. I was on stage with him. He's a huge man.
Yeah.
7-footer. You play basketball at Chaminade, but you will be at Comic-Con at one of the booths. That's the point.
Yeah, TNA's got me there, and then also I know I'll get him and I'll put him on Twitter or whatever. But there's a comic book called Headlocked, and this guy has wrestlers always at his booth, so I'll be there as well.
Cool.
I actually have a comic book that I've been working on forever and ever that I wrote. I can't draw or anything, but it's been a project forever and ever and ever. But it's finally done and printed. I'm gonna have it there on hand. So.
That's cool.
Nice.
What's the title? What's it called?
Twisted Perception. RVD's Twisted Perception.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And there's going to be in comic book stores all over? Or?
Yeah, actually, if you go to robvandam.com/Twisted Perception, there's like some preview shit up there.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
You can actually buy it off the site too. Some people have, even though it's not.
How many
It's 136 pages. It's a big book. It's
that is
graphic
big.
novel.
How many did they
Frank
print
Miller
for the
style.
first one?
I printed it. It's not published yet. It's,
okay.
And so I'm picking up a bunch of them tomorrow. But I got the advanced copies or whatever,
Awesome.
and it looks fucking sweet. But there's a product. Blue Water Productions is most likely going to publish it. We haven't signed a contract yet, and so when that does it, it'll be a different version. They'll change the cover and they'll change some shit in it. And
Cool.
Then, yeah. So,
Edit it a little bit.
yeah, whatever they want.
Cool.
Yeah, I got to get back to work. These guys got comic books, careers. I'm like, okay, I'll be at the comedy store though, right? The
Friday
main room.
night.
Don't take that away from me.
I won't take it away from you. That's all you, man. You were talking about Dixie Carter. I thought she was just a character. I didn't know she actually owned it. Is she half owner?
Oh, no. She owns it. It's her deal.
Oh, interesting.
It's her deal. Yeah. Her father has the money. It's the big, Panda Energy is like one of the company's biggest, I guess, energy, sources. It's whatever. And so it's like, the budget is there and she runs the whole fucking, she hires people that she trusts like Hogan, Bischoff, was Vince Russo forever till recently. Now we have a new writer.
I didn't know he was involved in that. I didn't know that Bischoff was over there right now.
Yeah.
Is he?
Oh yeah. Yep. So
I thought he was in the reality show business right now.
He
mostly.
still is. Bischoff. Man, they're jamming. Bischoff Hervey Productions. I'm sorry. They're jamming because I keep up with them. They're friends of mine, and I get an email like every other week about a new show that they got out, or also a show that got picked up on another channel. They got something on every channel. It seems like
that's cool.
Yeah, they're doing really good. So, but anyway, yeah, they also produce and run TNA Wrestling.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Any chance of a Reno 911 reunion? I know it hasn't been gone that long, but
you never say never. I'd do it. I'd slap on the old polyester clothes and the fake mustache again with a crappy southern accent that goes from Texas to Tennessee weekly. I'd surely do it. Yeah, that'd be great. Why not?
They should just do a movie again. That would be awesome.
None that I know of, but Cedric and I tour colleges. Kevin and I were talking about that before, doing some NACA stuff, and we got a couple gigs coming up. Western Oregon, October 11th, I think. We got a gig, but we've done that for over 3 years now, done like 45 schools. So
that's cool.
At least Cedric and I are still together. And, I did a live performance with the guys, the whole troupe, except for Wendy and Nisi, a couple of years at the San Francisco Fringe Festival, Sketch Festival. Cool. And, you never know. You wait a couple of years and like, let's do it again. Sure. Dust off the old uniforms, like the Watchmen.
Yeah. I love that show. I've seen them all, cool. Man. And, I appreciated it a lot. Does he do stand-up?
Cedric does. He taught himself how to do stand-up, and he's become quite good, actually.
Really? I've never seen him on stage anywhere. I'd love to get him on a show sometime.
Well, he may. He's very shy about doing it locally, but at the colleges, he's got it down. He's got it down at the colleges. The kids.
Yeah.
They're the kids.
He doesn't do the local LA clubs too often, though?
No, they're meaner here,
They are mean.
No, he does the black version at the Groundlings, on Mondays. It's a improv sketch comedy based on the black versions of famous movies, famous books. Plays,
oh, interesting.
And like Italy, instead of
like The Wiz.
Yeah, like instead, I don't know what some of their titles are, but instead of Jaws, it'd be like, "Damn, that shark is big." Hey Quinn, what you think of that shark? How you going in that water? And Gary Anthony Williams. It's oh gosh, Jordan Black helped create the show, and now they got to deal with Comedy Central. But Cedric does that stuff and does improv. He just did The Fellowship, which was a spoof of Lord of the Rings at the Steve Allen Theater. And I'm plugging Cedric instead of myself. Yeah, what's going on? So I'm doing new episodes of Fairly Odd Parents. I play Mr. Crocker, Timmy Turner, fairies. The kids seem to like that character, and I forgot to mention because I will anyways. While I'm at the panel at YouTube, let me get this at the YouTube
go for it.
Locker or lounge. YouTube Lounge is 315 7th Avenue, San Diego, which is adjacent to Petco Park and right across from the main convention center.
I remember that place.
On Saturday, July 14th at 2:45 p.m. And we're gonna have a panel for 30 minutes, and guys like John DiMaggio, Gary Anthony Williams, Fred Tatasciore, Cedric Yarbrough, myself, moderated by Eric Bauza, will be there to talk about my cartoon that I created called Off the Curb. If you go to mondomedia.com, mini shows, and type in Off the Curb, you will see it's a show about 4 black guys sitting across the table talking about Dracula will whoop Frankenstein's ass. And I play a Filipino waiter named Edilberto, and these guys, you have to pay for the coffee. And you'll check it out, and that's what it's all about. And it's a show we created. It's totally improv.
And you created the show with Cedric, or with a bunch
I
of
created
guys?
it actually off a riff that I did with John DiMaggio at a session of El Tigre, and he was just one day, man, Frankenstein will whoop Dracula's ass. Oh, I didn't know where that shit's happening, cause Dracula would attack him at night where he's got most of his powers. Man, besides, Frankenstein's already dead. That kind of stuff. And it just turned it into its own episode, and I hired these guys. And
you guys do know the match happened, right?
Oh, it
Frankenstein
did?
versus Dracula?
Yeah,
When
there's
did
a
that
movie.
happen?
Dracula meets Frankenstein.
That sounds right.
I didn't know the matchup.
Who won?
Big part of my childhood.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was there?
The light, I think the light eventually, if I remember
The light
right,
came
the light
out.
fried him. Yeah, it came out and kind of.
See, and
called
our
the
guys
fight,
didn't
but
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Fuck yeah.
That's okay.
It reminds me of the barbers at
Google.
in Coming to America. Remember that? The guy,
Yeah.
the barbers in Coming to America when they were all just like, Rocky DiMaggio is the best boxer ever. No,
Exactly. It's that same
Muhammad
thing.
Ali.
And it's the guys on the stoop and do the right thing, man. They ought to get that barber to fuck up your nappy head.
Right.
It's those guys.
That's
And-
great.
Kayvon, I was going to ask you,
Yes.
what do you have a home club? Like, are you a comedy store guy?
I don't have anything. Help me, man. That's why I'm here. I perform at the Laugh Factory weekly.
Oh, cool.
And the Comedy Store weekly, and it's usually Monday nights at the Hollywood Laugh Factory. I got my own show that I'm on called Comedy Bazaar. And what it is, because I'm Middle Eastern, so I have my own bazaar, and I bring one comic from each race or somewhere from all over the
Do you
world.
need an Argentinian comic?
We do need an Argentinian, and we need a wrestler.
There we go.
So we'll figure that thing out.
We're making things happen here.
And then I see you at the Comedy Store all the time, and then I got my college tour coming up with the East Coast. So any fans in the East Coast, go on www.kvon.tv, kvon.tv, or find me on Facebook, and I'm coming to a school near you, all over the place.
What is with the Kayvon? Like, where did that originate?
Persian name. Kayvon's a real name. Didn't
Oh.
make it up. It's not fake. None of that. I spelled it K-VON. If you Google it, I'm the only one. It's me in a radio station in Napa Valley. But,
Do you speak Farsi?
Farsi hafmizanam, bale.
Wow. Same alphabet as us, I believe.
I think I was on a show with you in Long Beach, a Bruce Jingles show.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to place you in there.
And we
I
did a
remember,
couple
'cause
with
you
Tim
take your shirt-
Chismar.
You take your shirt off.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah.
You got to come to see it, ladies.
Yeah, I was gonna say my
pointed
wife.
at
My
Brian.
wife liked the act.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
That was a fun time, man. Yeah, Rob and I have done about 4 shows together, and he's always a headliner. I always enjoy his stuff, so check him out.
Yeah, cool. Are you, you're married, you said?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
cool.
correct. Yeah, like 14 years, long time.
Oh, wow.
Ah.
Is it rough? You got a lot of fans on the road, Rob?
Believe it or not, the
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I've got a lot
at
of
the-
families traveling on
Yeah,
the
well,
TV
we have a
tour.
lot of fans, but at the risk of offending some of the listeners, most of the wrestling fans they're not basketball or rock and roll fans.
Right.
Ah.
But prove us wrong. Send us your pictures, and we'll be the judge of that.
But you know what? On a great note, what I saw was really cool. First of all, I saw, in Tennessee, in Nashville, at the Grand Ole Opry, where they were signing autographs, I saw a black man with an I Love Michelle Obama t-shirt, which I thought was awesome. And then I saw there was a big guy, must have been in his early 20s. He had elephantitis, so his face was big and disfigured. And what I thought was cool about this world is nobody gave a fucking shit. He wasn't like, look at everybody's like, he's a wrestling fan, and in that world, I get all teary-eyed. I just thought it was beautiful that this guy could just exist, and he's a fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, that is what is cool about the sport.
Yeah.
Not most people look different than they're not Hollywood model types, but this
Right.
guy was totally accepted.
Nice.
And I just thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Another cool thing about the sport.
Yeah.
True could very well have been in a hotel room later on, passing around a joint in circle with some wrestlers,
yeah.
other fans, whatever.
I was
think it's
talking
really
to some.
beautiful
like that,
I was
man.
talking to some girl who does wrestling. I don't think she's in it right now, but she's like a real tall blonde girl, like 6 feet something.
Brooke Hogan.
No, no. I think she said she knew you though. That's why I was going to bring her up, and I can't think of the name right now. She had a nickname and everything. It's not like Medusa or anything like that. Fuck it.
No.
There was a Medusa.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't that. That's why.
Okay.
Anyways.
They all know Rob. He doesn't know them. Come
Yeah.
on.
Hey, you were speaking of Kurt Angle. I could have brought this in then, but so I don't forget, we shot a Funny or Die clip. It was
cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun last week. Me and
Somebody
Kurt
was
Angle.
asking-
So he's okay, because he did break his ribs, right?
When was that though?
That was in Nashville in March, April. I think it was April.
Yeah, wrestlers need about 4 months after a broken rib, and they're good to go.
I think it was April, yeah.
They're good to go.
It's funny. Somebody said,
he's-
RVD, are you going to be on Funny or Die?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we shot it on last Saturday, and it's like a spoof of Kurt Angle trying out for the 2012 Olympics.
Which he did.
Which, yeah, he made it. It was a big deal. They're promoting it heavily. TNA was behind it. I
40
really
years
wanted to
old.
see. I wanted to see him do it, because I hate the naysayers.
Right.
Yeah, he's
Right.
40,
I
right?
always want to. See, I don't know. But
Well, let's
probably-
just say,
probably, yeah.
arguably, he's in that age range
Yeah.
if you're not allowed to.
Yeah,
Give
No,
your age
but
range.
I don't know. But
I read these stupid forum boards sometimes, and I read something that they kicked him out of WWE because they said he should, or Vince maybe said that he shouldn't be wrestling right now because he was hurt and he still wanted to do it, or something to that.
No, but you can't believe.
All that crap is bullshit, right?
A lot of them think that I got fired because of my pot bust. I hear that all the time
From WWE.
Yeah, people like at Twitter, they'll say, "Dude, will they let you back in? You know, if they, or you know, whatever."
Right.
But they don't understand that I came back, you know, and then I quit on my own.
Right.
They tried to keep me there, you know, and we still have good terms and shit. You know,
Good,
but
good.
It's not. They don't. You can't believe the internet was what I was saying.
Yeah, of course.
But, yeah.
And how's TNA going?
Good. They treat me really, really well. So if you ever hear about RVD complaining, then it's bullshit.
Okay.
Because they totally they roll out the red carpet, take good care of me, and they go out of their way to try to make sure I'm happy. So
yeah, it sort of reminds me of when WCW came about with Ted Turner, and they started all going over there. It kind of that's the whole TNA thing kind of reminded me of that. The way
I mean,
everyone
as far
started
as
migrating.
the storylines and the creativity behind what they do with whoever, that's for the fans to bitch about.
Right.
Because really, it's a job for me.
Yeah.
So I leave it at that. You know.
Right.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I got some more
The Funny or
questions
Die,
here.
though, I saw the director last night.
Yeah.
He said that the clips should be together in 2 days, and he'll send it to me. It's supposed to come out the week before Olympics, whenever that is. So
That's Will Ferrell's site, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Die.
And it's
I think
pretty
it
big.
should be really, really funny. I think. I hope.
Awesome.
I would check it
Yeah.
out.
Looking
Or
forward
we'll
to
die.
it.
Or we'll die.
Yeah.
It'll be funny.
Is there anyone in the wrestling biz that is like someone you don't like that you like? Is there somebody that's just like a piece of shit?
Yes, it's Jan, the haircutting bitch from WWE.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God, most miserable person in the business that I ever met. And I still don't know. Like, if her job was just to cut the hair of the divas only, then I get it. But I don't think so. I think she's supposed to cut everyone's hair, but she was such a cunt always about it. And I would show up to get my hair cut, and she's always busy, or she's talking, or she's sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And my haircut takes this long.
Yep.
And I'd go up there, you know, hey, can you do my hair? She'd, Rob, I told you to come before 1 o'clock if you want me to do your hair. I gotta get ready for the divas. and she was just this big ball of negative energy. Like, I hated walking by her and just, and so yeah.
Got you ready for those big matches.
I think most wrestlers that have been in WWE will relate to that because I know a lot of the Comedy Bone listeners and watchers are former WWE.
Of course.
Yes.
I was actually, that was the juice I was looking for.
Yeah.
The hairstylist at WWE.
That's always
perfect.
great when you
Ding,
actually
ding,
get
ding,
a
ding,
name.
ding.
It's good because usually, no, I loved everybody. Nah, that's not how it is at work. You always hate somebody.
Miserable.
Yeah. So
We all have-
who do you hate in the comedy biz, Kayvon?
You, Brian, you don't book me and you made me come all the way to Granada Hills.
been on all
Are we
my
in Canada?
shows.
Where the
So
hell are we?
far. Oh my God. This is far.
And once you get here, you're not even here yet. You know, can't you at least move this trailer somewhere closer to the freeway? Come
I could
on,
try.
Man.
Maybe next year when we get all these when Half Baked starts promoting.
You know
for us.
who I hate just to get it going?
Yeah, let's do
Johnny
it.
Sanchez. I just hate him.
Yeah.
He's not a good friend of mine at all. Our daughters don't get together ever. His wife's not very nice.
This is where we dish
I
the
just want
shit.
him to go, what? What is this? You said I'm Brian Myers. I thought we were friends. What? Are you serious? And he,
Hilarious.
actually, Johnny was a former boxer. You know, Joey Medina, you can tell, is a boxer.
Right.
He's the face. Johnny actually had 49 fights. So,
Whoa.
you know, we would never mess with Johnny.
We would never know that.
I like to get under his skin. Johnny and I like to get under his skin.
Good.
Joey Medina's on the show next week, actually.
Oh, is he really?
And then we're going to the Comedy Store after that and doing a show.
Nice.
Man.
Yeah. Anyone want to do a guest spot? Because Adam Ray just had to cancel. If anybody's available, a week from Sunday, the 15th.
Yeah.
These guys are busy. These guys have stuff. Come on. Hey, what about you? What got you into comedy, sir? No one ever asked you that.
Oh, let's see. I wanted to make people laugh and get chicks.
You started here? Has that happened yet? Either one? Is
No,
it-
nobody's laughed yet, and I still haven't had sex, so it's going miserably.
that's
I mean,
what-
Pierce Morgan asked that about Conan O'Brien. What did you, when you went to Harvard? And he basically said, I wanted to get chicks. He goes, I'm married and I got 2 kids, but there's something about, this is what I had to attract women. And there's something still very primal about that. If I can make a woman laugh, it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
that still drives you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's not so much for that now. I produce a lot of shows, and I got it the Comedy Store, the Improv, the Brea Improv. I used to do Lovitz, but they ripped me off twice, so I don't do that anymore.
Oh.
And what else? I got Sardo's every Wednesday. You guys have done
I've
that.
done
I love
Sardo's. Love it.
Sardo's.
And it turns into a karaoke right after.
Yeah.
So-
As soon as the headliner gets
Screwing
off.
the ball on during her set.
I didn't get off. My last set, I didn't get off. I go, okay, roll the song. Here we
Yeah,
go.
let's
Right
just
on
start
into
singing.
it. Let's just
What'd you
go.
sing?
Perfect.
I think I sang, oh my gosh, you know what I sang? Red Hot Chili Peppers. Can't stop the feeling when they see you. Chop top. You know,
Oh,
all
I
that
was
stuff.
there when you did that. I remember you were singing that. Yeah.
Choose not the life of imitation. I'm gonna go see them in August. Can't wait. I booked the night off. I'm not doing any comedy. That one night, I'm not doing it.
I
somebody
actually,
at the
I
comedy
saw
store's
them
gonna
with,
cancel.
I saw them with Snoop Dogg at the Greek Theater for some Snoop Dogg's like kids football organization charity. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Actually, I got Darren Carter this Wednesday. He's headlining. It's our 1 year anniversary that we've been doing Sardo's.
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah, if you want to come down and do a guest
Great
spot,
French
let me know.
fries.
Now I got you on like 20 shows.
I
yeah.
knew this was a good show to do.
Yeah.
I'll be here next week, booking more shows.
Perfect. Let's see. Any interesting stories from Disaster Day? I know you haven't had sex with anybody on there.
Yeah, no,
By law.
By law.
By
Wasn't
law.
allowed. Wasn't allowed. Whenever I do college shows, they make you sometimes sign a waiver that you will not go to the dorm rooms with any of the ladies, because they're all
Really?
18, 19, 20. So I said, ladies, if you need me, I'll be in the U-Haul parked conspicuously across the street.
You tell them where to go.
I tell them where to go. Disaster Day was a lot of fun, just because you got to screw around. Like, what guy hasn't wanted to?
Is it still going?
It's still airing in reruns.
Okay,
And,
so they're not making new ones.
no, they're not making new ones, but I put on my YouTube. It really helped my YouTube channel, like over 1 million views on my
Awesome.
disaster dates alone. So that led to my other things getting some views. And then when I went to Canada last year, they're like, "Oh, we see you. We see you on Disaster." I'm like, "Really?" I guess it just started. They have like a year and a. You know about that?
It's a lag time.
They
Yeah.
have a year and a half or something lag time, which is cool. I'm like, I'm gonna stay in Canada. I feel loved over here.
Yeah, you should go up there with your Officer Garcia clothes and just like buy a castle and
That's right.
come to me.
Yeah, pay all those taxes.
Yeah. Free
Government
healthcare
run
up there, though, right?
Yeah,
Free healthcare.
they really love that up there. They really love it.
I think they're looser on marijuana laws. So boom, tie in.
All these things going on up there. And you do a lot of voiceover work.
I do. I was
Rocco and Rocco's Modern Life, and people are getting into Rocco again.
you know, a lot of fans come up for that. I did the Taco Bell dog, which we did top of the show. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Do your Kiro comedy bone.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Your
What?
Kiro comedy bone.
Yo quiero comedy bone. Free drop.
Yeah,
There you
like
go,
it.
Kayvon.
Thank you. I'm going to use that.
Mr. Cracker and Fairly Odd Parents. I'm doing 2 new Pixar films called Planes and Planes 2. I play El Chupacabra. You make joke at me? So I got a pretty good role on that. And
badass.
I'm doing my off the curb stuff, and I'm doing I don't know, a couple other things. You can check out my website and Facebook, and I've always done voice.
I did a lot of the Billy Crystal sound-like stuff for Mike Wazowski, all the toys and stuff like that. Sully, we gotta get out of here, my one eye! I taught myself how to do Billy Crystal in one weekend, and there you go, I got a job from Disney.
That's really good.
Awesome, man.
So they
And
don't.
now I go to Clipper games. Excuse me, my seat courtsides. Hello. Yeah, I had surgery. All right, get out of here.
Put on a wig. That's really
Hey,
good.
Sterling, how you doing?
That's a great impression, man.
Get out skills.
You have talent, my friend.
You got you good. You're good. You mother, you son of a bitch. You're good.
You look like him too.
Yeah, totally. His face impressive.
Yeah, you gotta do, I got face impressions. The no voice.
No.
It's great when you can do both, though, which you do.
Yes, which I do.
Yeah.
I always throw it into my comedy act, but it's always kind of, I shove it in there. I don't renounce it,
Yeah,
like,
it's not a big build up, and here's my impression. That's
Yeah.
old school.
I bet a lot of people watch that Monster Inc. thing. I know he was in the original, but like, what is it? A sequel that you were in, or like a?
No, what happens is Disney will get sound alike people to do the voices. Like Tom Hanks was like the Woody Dolls was done
Right.
by Jim Hanks, his brother. 'Cause who else sounds like
So
Tom
this
Hanks?
is for the dolls and stuff
It's
like
for
that.
the dolls and the merchandise.
There's a ride called the Monster Scare Floor at Florida at Disney World.
And Mike was actually, I haven't been on it, but, we recorded, here's a story, right? My wife and I go to Scotland and Ireland, 8-day vacation, running around. Last day, we're getting, driven to Heathrow. There's a big guy, big cab driver. He goes, I love Disney World. Every summer, we go for 2 weeks. We stay there. We love the water park. It's great. And I go, did you go on the Monster? Or do you go, oh, my kids, they loved it. The Monster Laugh Floor ride. That was brilliant, mate. Brilliant, mate. And I go, did you hear something like, everybody had a great time at the show, except for that guy in a hat and a glass. He goes, oh my God, that was me. I had the hat and the glasses. How did you know that, mate? Holy fucking shit.
I bet nobody knows that it's not Billy Crystal. I'm serious.
Now they do.
Yeah, now they do. The
But I
cat's out of
told
the
him, I
bag.
said, I'm the guy. He goes, doesn't matter. Still love it. It's brilliant. But he was convinced that I had some psychic powers that I knew.
you
I go,
knew it was him.
it's pre-recorded because there's always going to be somebody that shows up at the hat with a hat and glass at the show. with a hat and
Do you ever
glasses.
integrate Billy Crystal into your stand-up?
I do. Every once in a while, I'll just like, this audience hates you. What are you doing? I'll just throw it in there.
And I do it on the road. It's a fart bit, so I never do it in L.A. It's about different qualities of gas and how sometimes your mind can get fooled by your intestine. And my mind is played by Robert De Niro, and my intestine is played by Billy Crystal. And
Nice.
since it's a fart bit, I only do it on the road. So,
Yes.
It must be good because you do both of those voices awesome, man.
you know, you need an excuse to do Billy Crystal and De Niro, and it's got to be a fart bit. If I get more clever, I'll turn it into something else.
Do you do any other impressions besides those guys? I know that.
I do a Dr. Phil bit, but again, I do it from a point of view where it's an opinion. I don't do, hey, what would it be like if Dr. Phil were an animal doctor? It's,
right.
I do a bit about an episode where he said, a woman addicted to Tim McGraw, this will be the abridged version, right? She goes, I need your help, Dr. Phil! And he, blah, 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 and he goes, ma'am, what you need to do is stop. I go, well, where did he go to school? I went to the University of What You Need to Do, and I majored and stopped doing it. Because this was his real advice. So I'm watching the show. I go, I wouldn't take that advice from a shitty contractor working on my house. Okay, you got dry rot in your wood, you got termite damage, you got sand for soil, you got rusty pipes, you got asbestos for insulation. What you need to do with the foundation of your home is paint it and stop looking at it.
Right.
So that's kind of like the abridged version of the Dr. Phil, but I do some of those things. Clinton, I'll throw out every once. I did not have sex with that Taco Bell Chihuahua. Yeah. And I liken Bush to a really shitty Garmin. You're doing a good job. No, I'm not. Do I go left or right? Stay the course. Getting carjacked, mission accomplished.
These are really good.
So every once in a while I'll toss in some voices, but it's kind of melted in. I don't like to announce it, you know.
Yeah, you don't try to make it like a big thing.
Take them by surprise, man.
Yeah. You do impressions, Kayvon?
Yeah, I do Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because he's real nasally when he talks, and it's just really drawn out, and so you're like, hey, girls, what's going on? And if that guy wasn't...
right there.
If that, my nose starts looking like... And if that guy wasn't famous, he would get no women, because you can't go, hey, ladies, let's go back to my place if you want. And it's just not going to work, but he's rich, so it works for him.
Yeah, he did a Hertz commercial. I heard his voice. I go, that's Luke, that's
Owen, yeah.
That's a really good one. Melissa Villasenor does him.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She does. I'll go head to head with her on that one.
Yeah, you do better. I like her
she's
a lot.
A woman. She can do she can do thousands of voices.
Let her
man,
do the
girl.
chicks.
Let her
Stay
do
away
it.
from the guys.
Stay
Come
away
on,
from
really.
Owen.
Come
Come on, give me something.
Give me
one.
something.
I like a lot of her impressions, but yeah, that goes to you.
Yes.
I did, and then speaking because you did a better Hulk than I did. My friend, who's nameless, right? He met a woman on the road. The woman had a son named Justin. He wanted to sleep with this woman, but Justin wanted to talk to the Hulk. And he was in a bind. He was in the East Coast at the time. I'm at home in L.A.
Right.
And the Hulk Hogan line was busy. They couldn't talk to the Hulk. So the bottom line is if Justin doesn't get to talk to the Hulk, he doesn't get to talk to the part.
Right.
And, so he calls me. He's like, man, do you do Hulk? And I'm like, no. Good. His name is Justin. I love you, Hulk. And I'm like, oh. I like 27 minutes. I'm like, what's up, brother?
Is this on a radio
All right,
show?
brother. No, I was live on the phone. I was trying to do the Hulk for Justin to satisfy him enough to go, hey, what did you think of the Hulk? Didn't sound like the Hulk.
Oh, the Hulkster's tired, man. Just got a back surgery, brother.
And I got creepy right away. Like,
the Hulkster's been watching you all night long, brother.
this is creepy.
Say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
That's all I knew was brother.
Yeah,
that's a good go-to. That's a great go-to, brother.
Yeah, whenever you don't know what to say, just bust in the brother.
Yeah.
You did an impression earlier that I was
His Hulk
actually
was
thinking
way better than my Hulk.
No, it wasn't Hulk Hogan. There was another one you did, wasn't there? You said something really fast.
The hair cutter.
What I do?
The hair cutter.
Oh man, it was like
It was Tommy Chong. Yeah. That was really
Spot
good too.
on.
Yeah, you should do that on stage sometimes. Somehow integrate that. That's really good.
Dave's not here.
Maybe Tommy Chong dealing with farts and steal
and doing Owen Wilson. Hey man, what's that smell?
Oh man, so let's see. We're almost done here. Let me just ask you a couple more questions.
I feel like I'm in court.
Yeah,
let's got a few more.
The Rock. You work with The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I beat The Rock.
You beat The Rock.
The Rock says...
You can YouTube it.
What was I probably saw it. I just don't remember everything I've seen.
My impression of The Rock was, not only was he, like, extremely talented, you know, like not just so much with wrestling, but with his, entertaining. Like, they could put the camera on his face alone, and it entertain not just TV, but an arena full of people with just his face, just doing facial expression. It was crazy.
Right.
They gave him a guitar and gave him it seemed like 15 minutes just by himself, and he kept everybody going. So I always knew that he's that he was really, really, really talented. But besides that, he's also he impressed me as being just a great guy, because when I was in WWE, I realized that he treated everybody the same. Like he'd be walking down the hallway and pass the janitor, and the janitor would want to stop to him. He'd talk to the janitor like he was the same as anybody else.
Right.
That really made a big impression on me, and I try to actually emulate that in the same way.
That's good, yeah.
Except for the haircutting lady.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Rock didn't like her either.
Yeah,
that's not how you cut the people's hair.
The people's eyebrows.
Yeah, but
what was the event that you
did? But
did
also,
about?
He's so fucking talented. Though. Like people, I've done some action movies. I got some on the horizon.
Right. Oh, cool.
I'm an opportunist, so when shit comes up, cool, I'll do it. But people say, yeah, why don't you do like The Rock? I believe that as far as acting goes and shit, The Rock, I've got. As much talent as The Rock has in his pinky, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind being stereotyped as a tough guy, whatever.
Right.
The Rock, he can be the gay guy, the dancer, the singer,
Tooth Fairy,
the tough guy, any of that. You see all these white, and I think a real actor at heart, they really enjoy getting in the skin of someone else. I don't. Fuck that. I don't
Yeah, you like being yourself.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
What was the event that you beat him at?
No, wrestling. I don't know. It was just something somebody sent me recently. A match. It might have just been Raw or SmackDown.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like Survivor Series or something like that.
That's cool, man.
That is really cool. So you beat The Rock. You've had all the belts. That's awesome.
We exploded The Rock.
I've had more belts than any other former world champion.
Awesome.
Yes,
that's really cool. And all right, so let's
more decorated, as we say.
The most decorated.
I salute you.
Maybe I'll get to work with you at a TNA event. Maybe we can put something together.
That'd be awesome.
You won't
really
hurt
cool.
me. Please don't Andy Kaufman me into the mat. I will reject pile drivers. That's all I know.
Oh my God,
that was
dangerous.
Yeah, that was Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. Yeah.
I was babysitting a kid, and I just watched. I was 14, babysitting like a 9-year-old neighbor, 8-year-old.
That's creepy.
I put him in a pile driver. I was a young guy. I put him in a pile driver and tried it on some pillows. That was our defense.
I did it to my brother on the rug. I felt so
on
bad.
the rug, I put a pillow down and went for it. And he goes, "My neck kind of hurts." I'm like,
Shut up.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're good.
We don't talk to him anymore. We don't visit him anymore.
That's why you became a vaginal doctor instead of a chiropractor. Good night, folks.
Is this thing on? Hello? Test 1, 2, 3.
Shocker.
Here we go.
Yes,
very much.
everyone
It was
got
too
a
late.
rim shot.
So, you want to what do you plug in, Carlos?
My
You went through
drummer's
most of
black.
it?
He was on CPT. Is this thing on? See, what is it? Jeez. What am I working on?
Yeah, before we go.
Let's see. Like I said, there's brand new episodes, 26 new half hours of Fairly Odd Parents, my web cartoon, Off the Curb on Mondo Media, going to Comic Con. And I've got some stand-up dates coming up in October. Let's see, it would be 12 through 13 now at the Tacoma Comedy Club in Tacoma, Washington. Oh, August 17 and 18, I'll be at the Ice House in Pasadena.
Oh, I love the Ice House.
Nice local performance, headlining, doing 45 minutes. I may even do the fart bit.
Nice.
So there you go.
Because it's an hour out of town. It's 45.
Yeah,
so you get
it's
out there.
24 North Mentor Drive. We'll see.
There you go.
It's like a half hour from here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not too
Out
bad.
of
Just
town.
take the 118 to the 210. That's what I do.
That's cool.
Kayvon, what do you got going on?
I'm the new host of scambook.com's website, where I tell each week about a new scam that's going on out there and how to avoid it. So
okay.
probably your parents or someone older would really like it, but we make it funny. So
Did I see something about a cell phone scam on
There's a
on
new
Facebook?
cell phone scam going around. Every week I get inundated, so we're trying to take that to like CNN, or I'll be the scam guy.
There's a dating scam where guys pretend to be different characters, so watch out, ladies.
Watch out. No, these are all scams. Yeah, these are scams that are going around, like the phishing, the smishing. That's a text message phishing, where they just like, you want a $1,000 gift card. If you text them back, you start getting in a conversation with them, they're ripping you off. Ooh. So that's scambook.com. Type in KEVAN. They spelled it different for that one. And then my East Coast College tour. Just Google K-VON, and you'll find my tour schedule right on my website.
Perfect.
Yes,
That's really
sir.
cool. And RVD, you're going to Comic-Con. What else you got going on?
Yeah, you can watch me every Thursday night live on Spike at 8 o'clock.
Right.
That
just moved, didn't it? Was it on Spike before?
It was at 9. It moved to 8, which on TV that's a huge move because prime time slot there. But they did that, and going live is also a big move because we were pre-recording them, and for the summer at least anyway, they're all live. So that's a big deal. So when you see me Thursday and I look like I might have hurt somebody, I might have hurt somebody. It's live, so you wouldn't have heard about it.
So every Thursday you're in Florida? Is that what they filmed?
Yeah, that's right. That's
okay,
right.
cool.
And then RobVanDam.com, I try to make that my hub to keep everybody abreast of all kinds of shit. I have like a new clothing line thing that I'm also debuting called Nonconformity at the Comic-Con. I'll have some of those shirts that,
Twisted
that represent
Perception.
that. Twisted
And your
Perception
comic
is my
book, yeah.
comic book. And like I said, that's all. I have sites for all these different things. They're all going to be hooked up to this new site at RVD Productions, which is also new, which is going to be hooked up to robvandam.com. So this month, I got all that going on. And then I got, when I can clean my plate off, I already got more shit coming on it. So I'm really excited. It's a really productive
That's
time.
really cool. Yeah, you're branching out on a lot of stuff there, man.
Yeah, and a lot of these projects I've been working on for a long time, so it feels good to see them,
come to
actually-
fruition.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
let's call that episode 006.
We did
people.
it. That's right. We did it.
Appreciate you guys coming out, and
Thank you.
that'll be it for that one.
Thanks for watching and listening.
and coming all the way to Granada Hills.
Anytime.